Hello, BSCFT. As we were discussing the storage methods for fruits and vegetables in last lecture, the two types or two methods were left to be discussed: cold store and and hypobaric storage. So in this lecture we will cover cold store as well as hypobaric storage for fruits and vegetables. First, cold store. What is a cold store? Cold store is a large refrigerated room or building designed for storage of goods in an environment below the outdoor temperature. Products needing refrigeration include fruits, vegetables, seafood and meat. Cold stores are often located near shipping ports used for import or export of produce. So either near to the farm or near to the shipping ports, a cold storage is situated. In our country, mostly cold storage for fruits and vegetables are near to the farmer. Now, cold storage is basically a term used for refrigerated or frozen storage facilities usually used to store food or pharmaceutical. Cold storage could be something as small as a walk in a cooler or freezer, like 2000 square feet or less, or 2 lakh square feet warehouse. So basically it is a kind of refrigerator building. The whole building is converted into a refrigerator to put or keep fruits and vegetables fresh as we do in our homes. This is for bulk storage. Now, what are the preparations for the cold storage? If the product is dirty, it should be cleaned before storage. So after harvesting, some sorting and grading is done at the field, and some cleaning is also done at the field. If not, before entering into the cold store, it should be done. So water can be used as a cleaning agent. Then chemical cleaning can, with the chlorinated water, can be there. So some fruits and vegetables need their outer leaves removed before storage. So whatever the standards and specifications for storage of each and every fruit or vegetable variety, it should be followed before keeping the fruits and vegetable into a cold store. Usually it is better to leave the leaves on during storage to reduce moisture loss, and then remove them before sale. Then second is the pre-cooling. The preliminary cooling is the first is cleaning, washing, sorting and removing the parts which can damage during the cold storage. So this is the preparation. Then second step is the primary cooling, dipping the produce in cool water to remove field heat can reduce the energy requirement of the store, because we also have seen that we do not keep warm or boiled milk or food or anything like that which is cooked and heated into the fridge. It increases the heat load in the refrigerator. So to reduce the heat load and the energy requirement of the cold store, first fruits and vegetables are dipped into cool water. However, this can spread fungus spores throughout the produce. A suitable alternative is to pick the produce either early in the morning when it is cool or late in the evening and leave it overnight to cool down. If the variety of fruit or vegetable doesn't allow the cool water dipping, then leaving it overnight to cool down to reduce the heat load is the option. So in two ways we can do the pre-cooling, dipping it, produce in cool water, or leaving it overnight to cool down. Then the storage conditions, that means specific types of fruits and vegetable needs specific type of conditions, the factors within the cold store. So what are the factors? First is temperature. Temperature is the most important factor for keeping the fruits and vegetable into a cold store. All fruits and vegetables have a critical temperature below which undesirable and irreversible reaction or chill damage takes place. So every specific fruit and vegetable has its own critical temperature or optimum temperature below which optimum temperature is the best desired temperature, and critical temperature is the temperature below that temperature from the undesirable and irreversible reactions or chill damage can take place. Carrots, for example, blacken and become soft and the cell structure of potato is destroyed. So these are the defects which can arouse because of chilling injury. So the storage temperature always has to be above this critical temperature. So this is the very careful step that has to be taken, and thermostat which regulates the temperature in the cold store, even 0.5 degrees centigrade below the critical temperature can result in chill damage. So it is very much important to maintain the temperature above critical temperature. Now this is a table 1, and the heading of table is storage conditions for various fruits and vegetables. It has 5 columns. First column is the name of the fruit or vegetable, then second column is temperature, third is relative humidity, that is the moisture percent in the air, then maximum storage time recommended for any fruit and vegetable, then storage time in cold store for vegetables in tropical countries. So apple, then beetroot, we can see the whole table. Likewise, from apple the temperature requirement is 0 to 4, for beetroot it is 0 degree centigrade, and relative humidity we can see 90 to 95, 90 to 99 for beetroot. Then cabbage, like that, then storage time 2 to 6 months for apple, then for cabbage 5 to 6 months it can be stored. Then in tropical countries like ours, the cabbage can be stored in 2 months, for 2 months. So it is dependent on the variety and the region in which specific type of fruit or vegetable is grown, the region specific shelf life is different. If cabbage is grown in tropical country, it will have only 2 months of extended shelf life with cold store, but in other countries which are cold countries, then the cabbage can have extended shelf life of 5 to 6 months in the cold store. So you can see and note down the table. Now it can be also observed from the table that there are basically 3 groups of fruits and vegetables: those stored at 0 to 4 degrees centigrade, those stored at 4 to 8 degrees centigrade, and those that require a storage temperature above 8 degrees centigrade. So it is often more convenient to concentrate on one of these groups. So like we can store beetroot, cabbage, carrot, cauliflower, leeks, pears, spinach in a one cold store with one type of temperature, that is 0 degree centigrade. So likewise there are groups like apple, oranges can be stored at same type of temperature requirement. Now the relative humidity. The most produce high but not saturated relative humidity is required. For saturated means the 100% moisture in the air. For example, 80 to 95% of moisture content or relative humidity in the air is sufficient for fruits and vegetables. We know the importance of relative humidity. If relative humidity is below than the moisture content of the specific fruit or vegetable, then the air will leach out moisture from the product. If relative humidity is higher, the moisture content of air is higher than the produce, then the product or fruit or vegetable becomes soggy because it will absorb the moisture from the air, because the fruit or vegetables try to equilibrate with the moisture content of the environment. So that's why it is very important to maintain the relative humidity in the fruit and vegetable products to reduce the moisture loss. And moisture loss is moisture loss is a defect or a problem. It can reduce the quality of fruits and vegetables, sensory quality as well as nutritional quality. It will deteriorate all. So plastic, as we all do in our homes, we put vegetables in a plastic. The reason behind this, to allowing the produce to reach the storage temperature and then covering it in a plastic, then sprinkling the produce with water. This should be done before storage, since if the vegetables are sprinkled during storage, the condensation occurs at the refrigeration unit. Then next is packing system. A packing system is required so that produce cannot be loaded or unloaded. Produce can be loaded and unloaded easily and safely. So for the ease of loading and unloading, the ease of handling, packaging is required. So it's packaging can be done in crates, the plastic wraps, then crates, then stacking. Crate is easy. Then racks and trays can also be used up. So basically, safely stacking is important. So it is dependent on the specific fruit or vegetable, how it will package, because stacking is very important. Because if wrong stacking is there, fruits and vegetables can get damage, and mechanical damage will be there, the physical damage will be there. Then airflow should not be restricted, as we know that if airflow will be restricted, then the temperature maintenance, the refrigerated temperature maintenance would be difficult. So 2-foot gap should be left between the walls and the crates, and 3-foot gap left between the crates, and intermediate crate gap should be there. The ceiling and refrigeration unit gap should also be 3-foot gap. So for small scale, the layout plan for crates need to be simple and clear, so that produce can be removed easily and quickly. We can see this in this figure, how crates need to be stacked. So crates should be stacked like that, and how much space should be there. Then length of storage, maximum storage time, we have seen in the table previously. We have seen in the table the maximum storage time and the a region for Europe, America and tropical countries like ours. Now these are the reason why the length of storage is the table is like that transport, these are the factors which affect the length of the storage. So maybe the lower shelf life, then bruising or mechanical damage, then transport facility can lower the shelf life, then temperature at outlet can affect the shelf life. So now the compatibility of storage, what can be kept with what. This is the compatibility. Now we can see this table like that. Y means no cross action, SR means slight danger, then BR is danger, N is the cross action will takes place. So we can see apple, the relation of apple with banana is N, that is cross action will take place, means cross reaction of smell and flavor can take place. Then apple with cabbage, SR, we can see this SR relation. Then slight danger is there because of the specific smell system of the apple and cabbage is quite different. So we can see the compatibility of each of the fruit or vegetable with other, whether it can be safely kept with each other. Like why? So apple with grapes, apple with orange, apple with vegetables with low or no volatile content or smell, specific smell, can be kept with, but like cabbage which has high volatile content cannot be kept with apple. It can be seen like that. Now the operation of the cold storage, or means what is the procedure to kept cold storage going. So first important thing is it should be kept very clean, doors opened as little as possible, because the door opening will increase the heat load on the refrigerating system. Then during transport, loading and unloading should be smooth, means the handling of the packaged material and crates should be with care, so that contamination or damage is minimized. Then shelf life, we should use the recommendation as specification and standards for the specific fruits and vegetables, so that shelf life should be extended. So cold storage is completed. I think it is clear. Now the hypobaric storage, that is, hypobaric means the low pressure storage. Hypobaric storage refers to the storage of fruits and vegetables under reduced atmospheric pressure. Now how the atmospheric pressure can be reduced? It can be reduced by the help of vacuum. When we create vacuum means the no air in the system. If any container is vacuumed, means there is no air in the container. So reducing the air will reduce the pressure in a system. The storage life of many fruits and vegetables can be extended by reduced pressure under refrigeration. So refrigeration is important. Refrigeration should be there for extension of shelf life, and for extension in refrigerated shelf life, reduced pressure can work for certain fruits and vegetables due to low respiration rate and evacuation of ethylene. This is form of controlled atmosphere storage, which we have discussed. This was first proposed by the Berg and Vogel in 1966. Now the process of hypobaric storage, fruits were held at 0.2 to 0.5 atmospheric pressure at 15 to 24 degrees Celsius. There was reduction in level of ethylene in the fruits and the oxygen in the chamber. Now we have to understand it very seriously, because we have seen the cold storage temperature 0 to 4, 0 to 8. So here we are seeing 15 to 24 degrees Celsius. So the increase in refrigeration system will reduce the energy requirement of the refrigeration system. So it will ease the load on the refrigeration system, and it will reduce the energy requirement of the refrigeration system. Now how will it work? The reduction in atmospheric pressure, if as we know that ethylene is the volatile compound of the fruits and vegetables. Now ethylene releases due to the respiration rate. When respiration is there, as we know, as we have discussed in the last two lectures, when a living thing is harvested, it respire even after harvest. So fruits and vegetables respire after harvest. When they take oxygen, the ethylene, water and carbon dioxide and heat is released, and because of the heat which is there because of the respiration process, it is a heat is the product of respiration process, and when heat releases, the ethylene is the volatile compound which releases with the formation of heat. So if we lower the atmospheric pressure, the oxygen air, the reduction in the concentration of air in the system will automatically reduce the respiration rate. If respiration rate will lower, then also the volatility of ethylene will be controlled, and that's why the extended shelf life will be there. So reduced oxygen supply slows down respiration and production of ethylene. Flushing of ethylene removed from fruits out of storage through ventilation, as we have seen in the storage method. The ventilation process is very important. Time to time ventilation will remove the ethylene. Removal of other volatiles produced from fruits and vegetables. Now the application in apple, the atmospheric pressure is reduced to 0.10 from normal pressure. Then oxygen is concentrated. Concentration is lowered from 21% to 2.1%. So we can see the result. The reduction of 0.1% of atmospheric pressure from normal pressure can reduce the oxygen concentration from 21 to 2.1%. So, and the ethylene level is reduced to 0.01 ppm, which does not stimulate ripening. So it lowers the ripening. And then there is an example of banana, and these are the byproducts of the apple respiration, in which acetic acid esters first and MHO, these are the all things which are released during the respiration and result from hypobaric storage. I think it is clear. If you have any query, ask me on the Google Meets when we meet, or you can just drop your question in the comment box of Google Classroom app. Now you can prepare the handwritten notes from this lecture.